A local nonagenarian had his bike stolen in East San Angelo last night. Plus, a San Angelo MMA fighter will battle for a championship next weekend right here in town. We'll tell you everything you need to know. I'm Yantis Green, and this is Live. Central Bobcats or Lakeview Chiefs. At Myers Boutique inside Myers Drug, they have the sweatshirts everyone will want to wear for football season as outside temperatures cool. Show your San Angelo school pride in style. See the new Bobcats and Chiefs sweatshirt designs exclusively at myersboutique.com or stop by Myers Drug in the center of historic downtown San Angelo at the corner of Chadbourne and Beauregard. Myers is open 9 to 6 weekdays and on Saturdays from 10 to 2. Myers Drug is more than just a pharmacy. It's the finest gift shop anywhere. We start today's show with some heartbreaking news. Yesterday in East San Angelo, a 97-year-old man's full-size tricycle was stolen from the Paisano restaurant while he was eating dinner. San Angelo Police Chief Frank Carter shared his story on his personal Facebook and asked citizens to keep an eye out for the bike. Since that posting, the chief says that hundreds of people have reached out and some have offered to buy the man a new bike. Thankfully, one of the man's family friends has already purchased him one. But just because he has a new bike doesn't mean we should stop looking for the thug who stole the bike. If you see the bike, call the San Angelo Police Department immediately. In court today, a Houston man was sentenced to 15 years in prison for selling meth. 35-year-old Paul Anthony Ruiz pleaded guilty in a Tom Green County courtroom for manufacture and delivery of drugs. Ruiz was originally arrested in December for going off a bond warrant for intoxicated assault with a vehicle. During the arrest, police found an eighth of cocaine in his hoodie pocket. After Ruiz was taken to the county jail, corrections officers at the jail found an ounce of meth inside of, guess this, his underwear. Since his original arrest, Ruiz would remain in the jail. He will get credit for time served. And the San Angelo Independent School District has replaced a retiring school board member. In information released by the San Angelo ISD, the Board of Trustees has replaced Lanny Lehman with Pam Duncan. The board voted 7-0 to appoint Duncan, who is a retired educator and longtime community member. Lehman served on the school board for over 20 years and has served as trustee, vice president, and president of the board. SAISD Superintendent Carl Detloff says that Lanny Lehman's service and leadership has guided our schools and community for over 2 decades. And today may be the last day of summer, but don't worry, the heat isn't going anywhere. Closing out the week, the highs will be again in the upper 90s, the way it has been today through Thursday. The high is 96 on Friday, and Saturday the high will reach around 97. Next week, the highs start to decline, though. On Sunday, look for a high of 96. By Monday, 93. And on Tuesday, look for the high to drop to 92 degrees. Don't expect any rain, as it looks like it will be clear and sunny all week. It's not all bad news. The lower temperatures, the evening lows, will be in the upper 60s tonight through Sunday night, and then the low will be around 68 degrees on Monday, and Tuesday it drops to 62 degrees. And it's a good thing temperatures have been cooling off at night, making it feel at least a little bit more like football weather. This Friday, the Central High Bobcats take on the Wiley Bulldogs. Not only that, it is Central's homecoming, and we'll take a look at that. Here's James Bellini.
This week, we're staying in San Angelo for the Central Bobcats homecoming game against the Abilene Wiley Bulldogs. But first, last week, after stringing together a few shootouts, Central got out in front and never let up. Bobcat quarterback Tyler Hill took over this game with over 300 combined yards on the ground and through the air. Hill had 3 rushing touchdowns and 1 passing touchdown to Kevon Rice. Running back Javion Robinson also had a score. One notable player missing from the action, receiver Jacob English, who had gotten hurt the previous week. Not missing was the Bobcat defense, who had 2 interceptions, one from Luke Gold and one from Jacoby Yates. The defense never let Belton get things going and held the Tigers to only 12 points. It was a much different Bobcat team than we'd seen up to this point. In one post-game interview from earlier in the season, head coach Kevin Crane said he was tired. And after being in a couple games that came down to the last possession or went into overtime, I believed him. Until the Belton game, Central had scored an average of 38 points per game and had given up just over 40 points per game. I mean, look at these scores. Week 1, 31-24 Shoemaker over Central. Week 2, 52-49 Central over El Paso Montwood. Week 3, 41-38 Abilene Cooper over the Bobcats in overtime. All one-possession games that could have gone either way. So watching a team that you knew could score points finally put it together was nice. Coach Crane and the players have to feel good about it too. This week, Central will be challenged with starting hot again. The Bulldogs are coming off 2 consecutive losses and will be hungry for a win. The Cover 1 duo of Joe and Chadwick will be at San Angelo Stadium this Friday at 7 for the Bobcats homecoming game. If you can't make it out there, tune into Cover 1 for highlights, analysis, breakdowns, and scores of this game, plus all the other action happening in the Contra Valley at 4, 8, and 10 o'clock, only on SanAngeloLive.com.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Condos Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Condos Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Cano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Condos at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
We're recording when you're ready. Welcome back to the show. We have not just 1 or 2 or 3, but 4 special guests today. It's the guys from Angelo MMA. They're here to talk about their event coming up next weekend. It's the Peak Fighting Championship right here in San Angelo. So I'm going to start at the end here. Henry, you're the head coach, man. How excited are you to see your guys go out there and compete next weekend?
Very, very excited. I just try to hold it in.
Yeah.
Try not to show it too much.
I got you. Well, when you're, I mean, there's tons of ways that you can get ready for these fights, and everyone, has a different way. But for you at Angelo MMA, what are some ways that you guys prepare for fights and get these guys and I guess girls ready to go?
Just train hard.
Yeah.
Train hard every day. No days off. Train in the hot gym. Every day.
Train in a hot gym. There you go. Someone who you've trained in a hot gym is ready to compete for a championship. Gavin, my man, are you ready for next weekend? You got a big fight coming up. It's for the Peak Championship title.
Yeah, I'm really ready. I'm excited for it. Put on a good show.
So what? For people that don't know, how would you describe your fighting style? Are you more like I'm going to stand up and I'm ready to bang with you, or I'm ready to get on the ground and wrestle and submit you? What would you say?
I'm more of a stand up and bang, but I go wherever the fight goes. That's
all right.
How I train to be prepared for any outcome.
There you go. And another fighter that's going to be on the card. Are you ready to go? I know this wasn't for a championship for you, but it still means something. What does this Peak Fighting Championship this Peak Fighting match gonna mean for you, especially having it here in your hometown?
Having it here in my hometown is going to be great. A lot of people I grew up with who've seen me grow up and who've seen a different side of me growing up all the way from my 21 years of life. I think it's going to be an interesting side of me that they see next weekend on October 1st.
I got you. Very cool. So this is for both of you guys. Y'all are young guys. I'm a young guy. I mean, growing up, fighting in our lives is not the same as, fighting in your parents' lives. You fight at school, things, that's not a good, you get in bigger trouble than you did back in the day. Like, if my dad, they're going to bust you and they're going to send you back home. So how do you find that, balance between the fighting in the cage and then when you leave the cage and, the fighting outside in the real world?
Personally, I think it's a good middle ground. You don't have your goods and your bads, but you have the middle. Each martial art that we perform, we tend to find our middle ground between it. So in wrestling, it's more of aggressiveness, and you want to go forward. You want to attack all the time. In jiu-jitsu, you want to pace yourself, calm, cool, collective, 3 C's. And in striking, you just have to be ready for anything that's coming at you and to throw anything back.
Absolutely. All right, so you're another coach there at Angelo MMA. What is your probably favorite thing about Angelo MMA here in San Angelo?
All right, man. If I have to pick one out of so many, it's the people. It's
There you
our
go.
community. It's the best. And our family.
How many I guess fighters right now are about how many fighters do you guys have in y'all's club right now?
Oh man, we have about 10 guys that could be booked tomorrow that are ready to go.
All right, well, good thing because not this weekend, but next weekend, the Peak Fighting Championship. This thing is not in Texas, but they chose to do their first fights in Texas right here in San Angelo. And you said how many fights were on the card?
There's going to be 15 fights that will be booked.
All right, that's 15 fights. That's a long. I mean, that's a long card there. It's gonna be a whole night long. I guess. What time does it start? I don't want to say.
Doors open at 6 p.m.
Okay.
And fights should begin at 6:30.
All right, so that's going to be a long night full of fights. 15 cards starting at 6 o'clock. And let me guess, they're like 5 minutes, 3 rounds
No,
or so?
amateur fights will be 3-minute rounds, except for championships.
All right.
So those could go to 5 rounds. And it's also a pro card, so we'll have 5-minute rounds there.
Okay, awesome. So I guess this is maybe an amateur question, but are you guys professional now? If y'all are in the peak fighting?
Not yet, sir.
Not yet? Well, okay, so do you have goals and aspirations on maybe eventually going and fighting somewhere else in like the bigger, like, maybe the UFC or like the Bellator, those kind of big fighting leagues?
Oh yes, of course. That's the main goal, is going professional.
Yeah?
As a fighter.
Absolutely. And has there ever been a professional fighter come out of San Angelo that you know of? Are you one?
This guy.
All right, perfect. I mean, I'm telling you, hey, I'm getting learned up right now, but that's fine. So talk about your professional career. How do you use that now when you're telling these boys what to do and how to coach them up? Since you know and you've already been there.
Well, it's just I'm older than them, and I've been through it, and I did a lot of kickboxing and boxing.
Gotcha.
When we jumped into MMA, it was later on, when I was older. But it's just an experience that you got to go through, and you got to train hard every day, and you got to be prepared when you get in the cage.
All right. And if there was one thing that you could tell to like the average person, that average day-to-day person, to say like, hey, yeah, this is MMA, but this isn't like, just because you come into Angelo MMA doesn't mean you're going to get your head kicked off, I guess.
Oh, no. A lot of people are intimidated. That's what they think. But
yeah.
Man, when you come in, you meet the guys. They're all, nobody has a chip on their shoulder. They're just there to learn and to help other people.
All right. And how can you purchase tickets and kind of plug the event for me if you can?
You can purchase tickets online at subwire.com or come into the gym, and I got some really good seats to offer at Angelo MMA, 1602 North Chadbourne.
All right. And then just if you can, Facebook, Instagram, and then any phone number out there that you want to throw out, so you get people in Angelo MMA or at the fight itself.
Yeah, find us on Instagram, on Facebook. What else we got going on?
You got a phone number?
Yeah, 325-374-8634.
There we go. Okay, go ahead. Give them a call. This has been the guys at Angelo MMA. Do not miss both of these guys right here. I mean, come on. Look, he's been flexing the whole time, man. That's what I'm talking about. We got some big names coming on at this Peak Fighting Championship. It's not this Saturday, but it's next Saturday, and tickets are for sale right now, and you can buy them. You can get them there. You can get them at the door, I'm guessing.
Let me mention this.
Angelo MMA, and then online as well.
The floor is sold out in under 24 hours. So it's going to be a big event, man. We still got some good seats, though, some good box seats. So, yeah, hit me up.
I'm really excited.
Sold out.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming. And I think maybe next week we're going to do this again to hype it up, and we're going to bring some more fighters. So excited for that. But until then, we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you very much.
Yep. And back to you guys.
Hey folks, Todd Price from Jim Bass Ford. Have you noticed the last couple of years cars and trucks have been overpriced? Well, not anymore. At Jim Bass, we have a slew of F-150s priced around $4,000 off MSRP. Now, my Uncle Perk used to tell me, Todd, opportunities are never lost. Somebody takes the ones you miss. Don't y'all miss this one. Jim Bass Ford, Houston, Hart and Hardin Road, or 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
And that's the news for today. Be sure and keep up with us on social media, Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and all that. And if you don't have the app on your phone, be sure and go to the App Store and download the San Angelo Live app. We are live and have news 24/7. And we have been criticized for lots of things, but a lot of what we hear is about our headlines. And tomorrow we have a treat for you. Tomorrow is a special day. We will have woke headline days because words matter. And the way we frame headlines will be entertaining for tomorrow. That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow.